Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two trucks having sex. Two trucks having sex. My muscles involuntarily flex. Two pickup trucks making love, American made.
Listen up, Autothoughts and Decepticlowns. You are listening to Prime Cuts, a non-linear history of the Transformers franchise on television. I'm one of your hosts, Nero.
I'm your other host, Audrey.
And we are here to finish Cyberverse Season 1, or Chapter 1, I guess. They call them chapters.
It's fucking red. It's a season.
I guess technically you could just watch all of this as a 2-hour movie or something.
It's not a very long series.
No, it's not.
But we watched episodes 16 through 18 of Cyberverse today. They pack a lot into a pretty small amount of time.
Yeah, we gotta get the big fights in here, and we get a several big fights here at the very end. Starting with episode 16, the Extinction Event, where we open with the Seekers having already repaired the space bridge off screen.
They can do things.
Those must have been really good instructions, because as we all know, Seekers are dumb as a bag of hammers, according to Shockwave anyway.
Well, Shockwave thinks everyone is dumb as a bag of hammers and also has to work in close conjunction with Starscream, which we see over the course of this episode again. They don't have a great working relationship.
No, they seem to be constantly stabbing each other in the back.
How rare and unlikely for Decepticon High Command.
Yeah, how never have a Shockwave and Starscream had this relationship before. What a surprise, what a shock.
Or any other member of Decepticon High Command. Soundwave always famously gets along with both of them as well.
Oh, yeah. Look.
And Megatron, for that matter.
Look. It's toxic. We know this.
They all suck so much. It's amazing that this army functions at all. Yeah.
So, we see Shockwave's ship come through. Shadow Striker is also there. It seems as though Shadow Striker is Shockwave's sort of personal guard, it seems.
She's his right-hand man.
Uh-huh.
Arm.
And, you're right.
His funny little rabbit. Is that what he calls you? No.
She's his right hand, left leg, chunk of torso man, yes.
No, she's only one of those things.
So, the Seekers are all kind of nervous about having to work under Shockwave. Meanwhile, back in Grimlock's fucking replica Stone Age arc, he's kind of explaining what happened and explaining how, yes, I taught the dinosaurs how to build this.
The dinosaurs were actually hyper intelligent.
It's tragic now that they went extinct.
They didn't build buildings because they simply didn't need it. They could if they wanted to.
Yeah, they had the capacity to, but I don't know how they did the wiring still. That eludes me. They used some kind of...
They Minecrafted that shit.
Yeah, they found some fucking redstone.
Yeah.
But pretty immediately, Teletrain 1 detects the ship that Shockwave has brought and identifies it as a specific thing. Because as soon as Shockwave gets off his ship, he looks around at the Seekers and goes, all y'all work too fucking slow. Here's what I'm gonna do. Literally kill everything on that planet.
Yeah.
Right now.
So he's like, Slipstream, come here for a second. And she approaches and he metaphysically slaps her, essentially. Yes. He's like, you dumb bitch.
You're a fucking idiot. You can't do shit. I'm here and I've got a great plan. Step 1, genocide. Step 2, profit.
Basically what he says is, if it breathes, it's a thought.
Yeah, he's I will kill all organic life on Earth by flipping the Earth's magnetic field around.
And so she just responds to this by going cool. Sounds good, sir. I do like, one of the things that I really like about this episode is that Slipstream uses her for all of her superior officers, including Shadow Striker.
Yes.
It's a really nice little touch. Fuck gender. Robots don't have gender. Fuck you.
It's almost like a Cybertronian's idea of gender would be real different than a human's idea of gender. Simon Furman doesn't
Crazy
think
shit.
so, though.
Well, it kind of does. He thinks gender is a form of torture.
Yeah, when you put it that way, maybe he's got some kind of point, but you know.
He literally, I mean, that's the textual explanation he gives. It's like, oh yeah, the concept of gender was introduced as a form of torture.
Good lord. So, I mean,
oh man,
this whole thing about murdering all organic life, I mean, from what we've seen, the Earth is mostly barren anyway. We've only seen one fucking human this entire time.
They're all there. They just go to sleep at 5 p.m.
Yeah, they're there, just off screen. And also, I don't think he's flipping the magnetic field. I think he's literally going to turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would cause the solar wind to fucking strip that bitch bare. So I guess, yeah, that would definitely work. He's doing this by splitting his ship in half and putting one on the North Pole and one on the South Pole and shooting a big laser into the Earth.
Don't worry about it.
It's a real G1-ass plan. All it's missing is like an inexplicable green crystal.
This one feels a little more, less bumbling.
Yes.
It is a G1-ass plan, but this feels like very directly, it's like, okay, we're going to do this and this. This is going to be effect. It'll be over in 5 minutes. Let's go.
And I mean, it's quite effective because, like, while they're talking, Teletran X goes, oh, by the way, actually, because they're arguing about splitting up, even though there's only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because Teletran X goes, oh, don't worry about that. The North Pole's already fucked. Like, we can't stop that. That's already in motion. So we should just go and stop the South Pole. Because you only gotta destroy one of them to turn the whole thing off.
Let's go to the South Pole. And Teletran X is like, it's fine. They need both of them. So all we need to do is get rid of these guys at the South Pole and it'll be fine.
So they steal a plane. I don't know from where, but they do.
I mean, is it really stealing if there's no humans to own it?
It was 3:30 p.m., which meant everyone was fast asleep.
Right. Well, that was during their siesta.
That's right. So Grimlock and Bumblebee are crammed into the bay of this cargo plane, and honestly, I don't know. Cargo planes are fucking big. And I know Grimlock's like a hefty lad, but I feel like they should have more space than they do in there. They seem really cramped.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 2 cars, right? 2 cars can fit into a cargo plane without much. I know Grimlock's not really a car, but like size-wise.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a car and a really large truck, like a Ford F-150. But
anyway, the point is they should have more space in there as well, and you can also like look at like Windblade for size comparison.
That's true. Windblade is not that big of a jet, and she's like pretty big compared to it. Anyway, Shockwave has split the Seekers up. I believe he is being helped out by Acid Storm, Thrust, and Nova Storm. It's just Acid Storm and Thrust.
Yeah, Nova Storm went with Thundercracker and
Slipstream with Shadow Striker to the South Pole, where they are attacked by the Autobots. There's a whole thing.
The Autobot strategy here is to pair everyone up with the one person that makes them so mad it makes them look stupid. And all those people do gay little dances that pisses them off.
Yeah,
and then they get overwhelmed by their bloodlust.
Grimlock, as someone who does not have one of those among this cast of characters, sneaks inside the ship and takes it over pretty easily.
Yeah, though evidence suggests that Shockwave might be that for him.
Oh yeah. But Thundercracker is the only one in there when he comes in there, and that's
Yeah.
well, that's just simply not a fight.
So the order of this is like Windblade gets there first, and Slipstream's like, "Sir," to like Shadow Striker, "Sir, can I go and kick her ass?" And Shadow Striker's like, "You better do it for real this time." Um, so she goes off to fight Windblade, and then Bumblebee literally does a gay little dance that pisses Shadow Striker off. And Shadow Striker's like, "I can't not kill him," and goes off, and that leaves Thundercracker.
Surrounded.
Snowstorm also leaves?
Yeah, Slipstream brings Snowstorm along. Thundercracker is surrounded by little shockwave drones that are all glaring at him.
He hates it.
Don't like it. So yeah, as one can imagine, it does not go very well for Shadow Striker or Windblade or Slipstream and Novastorm, because the Seekers, Windblade literally surfs on them.
She does them so dirty in the show.
It's nasty. They desperate. It's been so long since they got a dub.
Meanwhile, well, I mean, I guess they fixed the
I mean,
bridge.
on her, like, that's a general dub. It's been since she was captured that they got a dub on her.
Yeah. But as the fights are going on, there's also this fun little kismissitude going on between Shockwave and Grimlock.
Yes, because he very quickly dispatches Thundercracker, whom Shockwave was talking to, and they have a little bit of a conversation. He and Grimlock do.
Yeah, and Shockwave basically is like, "You're going to regret this. I'm gonna kill you all anyway. Bye." And Teletran X is like, "Cool. Well, I guess he's gone, so I'm gonna swoosh right in." And bad news, it is too late to stop this.
Good news, you can just blow up the ship.
I love
That works
Grimlock
too.
here.
Like, look, yeah, you can't. Hacking is for fucking wimps and losers. Check this out. And he just fucking blows up the ship.
Yeah, Grimlock's entire characterization in Cybertron is so good. I really, really enjoy it. But it's basically like, "I may be a gentleman," bottom text.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
And then he's like, "Anyway, brute force is also very good."
Can we also talk about the horrible way he kills these shockwave drones?
Yeah.
Literally tearing them apart with his bare hands.
Yeah, he's
Bro.
Listen, if he Grimlock does not half-ass things. If he says he's going to brute force something, he's going to brute force something.
I suppose that's true. So, Shockwave, his plan has failed, but he's like, "That's fine. I don't actually care that much. I'm already formulating plan number 2." And we see plan number 2 because while the Autobots are flying off victorious, one of his little drones is in the cargo plane spying on them.
It's like not very small. It's hard to miss. It's kind of impressive. No one sees it.
Well, Bumblebee and Grimlock are too busy complaining about how cramped it is. You know how it is.
Of course, you're so right.
So that brings us into episode 17, Awaken Sleeping Giants.
Hey, it's time to get the crew back together.
Wakey, wakey, motherfuckers. You've been sleeping for 65 million years or however long it's been.
Yeah, so one of the issues that they had last episode, which is that in addition to Teletron X going, "The North is fucked already, don't worry about it, let's just go to the South Pole," is that even if it wasn't fucked already, they do not have enough people.
There's like a whole fleet coming behind Shockwave. Like he's just the like first boots on the ground here. Starscream is also on his way, so they kind of
they don't know that yet.
Right. So yeah, they're gonna wait. They gotta find the Ark, and Grimlock. He wasn't just hanging out and teaching the dinosaurs cyber masonry that whole time he was stuck on Earth. He was looking for the Ark. And he has a map room where he put down all the locations he searched, and this show hates me. So
this show, I am now of the opinion that this show has put in incorrect dinosaur facts just to vex them.
It's on purpose.
Yeah,
it is
targeting Nero specifically.
Because this show came out in 2018, and there's simply no excuse for you to say the words Pangea existed 65 million years ago. No, it fucking didn't.
Did they actually say those words?
Yes, they said this is how the Earth looked 65 million years ago. No, it didn't.
Okay, that's fair.
We know how it looked, and it wasn't fucking Pangea. In fact, the Earth 65 million years ago looks a little bit familiar to Earth now. You can see the continents beginning to take their modern positions. In fact, they were very split up, which is why late Cretaceous dinosaurs got so fucking weird, because things just like had no, evolution just went fucking crazy in every corner of the world with no real connections between areas. And no, it wasn't fucking Pangea. And also, Teletron X goes, you could chat to some hadrosaurs, which would be around 65 million years ago, but not on Pangea, because that wasn't around. It's easy.
We're introducing a new segment here called Nero's Dinosaur Corner, where every week they will teach you real dinosaur facts.
As long as this show keeps getting them wrong. Anyway, the point is that Grimlock searched all over Pangea, somehow 65 million years ago instead of like 225 million years ago. And found a lot of wreckage and debris, but never actually found the Ark itself. But Teletrain 1 can take all of that data and kind of, cross-reference it and mash it together to find the actual location of the Ark, which of course
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, it is Oregon, as they find out, because like they located on the Pangea map, and then they split the continents up, and yes, it is in fucking Portland, Oregon, buried under Mount St. Hilary, just like G1.
What a beautiful image! What a beautiful world Cyberverse conjures a Portland without any people in it.
So they fly out there. It's time to wake the boys up. Of course, Shockwave dispatches the Seekers as soon as he hears about this, because he's been spying the whole time. So they are attacked by the Seekers as they fly out to Portland, Oregon, and it's a dogfight.
Yeah, we are getting into like the cool action part of the season. Basically, the way through to the finale of this is like a lot of fighting, and they look pretty good.
Yeah, I think a lot of the action scenes look quite good. Windblade basically has to fight all of these Seekers on her own.
There's like a really gnarly part here where Thrust and Acid Storm like land on her wings and start trying to force her propellers out.
Yeah, they stop them from turning to make her fucking crash.
Yeah, it's
gnarly. And then
gnarly.
Slipstream shoots out one of the cargo plane's engines. So, they're making an emergency landing, one could say. But they're robots, so they'll be fine. There is the bit where they jump out, they bail out of the plane, and Grimlock turns into dinosaur mode to sort of cushion the fall with his increased endurance, and then catches Bumblebee in a princess carry in dinosaur mode.
There is a noise that Bumblebee makes here.
Yeah, he does make a baby crying noise.
Yeah, he goes, ah! It is Wednesday that we are recording this, and Wednesday that I watched these episodes, and all I could think was, it's Wednesday, my dudes. Ah!
Yeah, absolutely. But it's fine. Grimlock fastball specials Bumblebee into the air. and he stingers, I think, Nova Storm, which sends her crashing to the ground and exploding.
Teletran X comes over to Grimlock and is like, is there any way I can help crew member Grimlock? And Grimlock's like, a move so nice, I'll do it twice. And throws him again, just like Bumblebee.
I gotta tell you, Cyberverse Thundercracker may be taking the most L's of any Thundercracker.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, listen,
it's owned by a fucking orb.
To be fair, it's a limited pool.
Yeah, but
Thundercracker does not show up that often. But,
yeah, we got G1 Thundercracker, we got Cybertron Thundercracker, who at least has some dubs.
Yeah. Animated.
And then we have animated Thundercracker. Ooh,
animated Thundercracker takes a lot of dubs.
Yeah, he has. A lot of
time.
L's. He has a short and very bad time in Transformers Animated. But I think because this Thundercracker is around for much longer, and
he does rack up those L's.
He is. It is quantity over quality, one might say. During this fight, I was like, go ahead.
It's also one of those things where I guess he kind of has it in Nova Storm, but like in other media, his shit is often balanced by Skywarp being as if not more incompetent. Which, and there's no Skywarp here to do that for him.
No, and Nova Storm doesn't nearly take as many humiliating L's. She didn't get owned by a fucking orb.
He's a Ken without his Alan.
Yeah. So during this fight, Starscream calls Slipstream and is like, what the fuck is going on down there? And she's like, well, sir, Shockwave is here. And he's like, fuck! I knew it! I knew that one-eyed bitch would try this.
He literally says, why does he always do this to me? It's such a good line.
I wanted to backstab him first.
And
he basically tells her to fucking clean shit up before he gets there. Which is, this is when they learn that there's an entire fucking fleet coming, headed by Starscream, because Teletran X overhears that conversation.
Yeah. And so, once again, he, goes back to everyone else, and he's like, hey, so more bad news. We're fucked.
We gotta get in that fucking volcano.
And they go into the volcano.
Yeah, they go through the lava chute.
They have a little guy following them.
Yep, that little drone is still there. And they do some fucking spelunking until they get to the main magma chamber, which is where the Ark has crashed. Well, I say crashed. It seems pretty well put together. Does it jam into the rock at all? I think the landing gear are deployed, aren't they?
I can't remember, but this is they also fall.
That's true. They fall into the magma chamber, and they do some platforming. Thanks to Bumblebee's quick thinking. Well,
also Grimlock gets a new trick.
Yeah, because so Windblade easy mode just flies over. Bumblebee shoots some rocks down out of the ceiling to help him and Grimlock platform over. And Grimlock, I like that this Cyberverse Grimlock has G1 Cups storytelling quirk.
Yeah.
It's this reminds me of the time I did X and Y, he's always fucking saying some dumb shit he did. And he falls in the magma, which normally would kill him dead. However, he's built different. Yeah.
He would simply say, Grimlock simply says no thank you.
He simply transforms into dinosaur mode, so he's more physically hardy. And then he jumps out. And because he got so hot, he now has fire breath, which he uses to burn down a wall.
And hey, good news, we found the Ark.
Oh, it's back there. So, fire breath, I can't remember. I think the Dinobots use their fire breath in G1, and I know they do in animated.
Yeah, no, they do. They do their first appearance.
Yeah, I think it's
in
usually
G1.
Slag that uses it the most, though.
Yeah.
He becomes the fire guy. Okay, so now that I'm looking
because
at
Wheeljack made fire-breathing dinosaurs with heads with brains too small to tell their heads from their asses.
simple brains.
Whatever.
They find the Ark, and yeah, but of course so did the Shockwave drone. There's a big group hug, and Teletranx is like, "Can I get on the group hug?" And everyone's like, "Sure, I guess. I guess that's fine." But of course, the Decepticons know where they are, and that brings us into episode 18, Eruption.
Yeah.
Guess what happens in this episode?
You won't. You'll never guess.
You'll never fucking guess. So they're trying to figure out a way, to restart the Ark, but unfortunately, Shockwave is literally standing. We open on the literal ending of the last episode with the group hug thing, which is shot from an angle where you can see behind them.
Yeah.
But actually, no, it turns out that every Decepticon on Earth, which is only 8 of them, to be fair, was behind them already.
Newsflash, asshole, etc., etc.
Yeah. So it's time for a little tower defense mission. The big fight starts, and Shockwave, of course, his goal is he's going to destroy all of the Autobots on the Ark. He's going to blow it up. Simple goal.
It's worked.
It's good to have achievable short-term goals. And I mean, okay, so here's the thing. If you just take this in raw numbers, this looks bad for the Autobots, right? But you gotta do some math.
but if you... Samoa Joe.
Yeah, so you take me and you take... But Grimlock counts for like 5 dudes on his own. And each of the Seekers is
I have
only
166% chance of winning. Yeah.
For Thundercracker, it's like a fourth. He's really not much of a concern.
He really is such a bitch boy in this.
And of course, once again, we square off into our anime villain like showdowns.
Pairing.
We have Slipstream and Windblade duking it out. We have Shadow Striker and Bumblebee fighting, and Grimlock takes on all the Seekers at once.
Even Teletran X gets, like, rivals here in the form of Shockwave's drones.
Yeah, he gets tackled by one and, like, flies through the scene, screaming for help. So, I mean, it's fighting time. Like, Grimlock tail whips him. Oh, Grimlock bites Acid Storm and shakes her around like a chew toy.
Yeah. He does some damage to these Seekers.
It's a bad time. It is not a good matchup. You need like 8 Seekers to even hope to have an evenly matched like Grimlock fight. You cannot do this with 4.
It's pretty brutal, what he does to these Seekers. Bumblebee actually gets, whether purposeful or not, help from Teletron X, who manages to drop this drone on top of Shadow Striker. So that,
Wait, what the fuck? Hang on, I had this on in the background. 2 generic Seekers just fucking show up in the middle of this fight.
Yeah, they do. That's not Acid Storm. That's a completely different, that is a completely different Seeker with neon green.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, yeah. That's correct. I know. I had to do like a double take.
They're fucking multiplying.
I had to do like a double take as well because I was like, is that Acid Storm? I'm like, no, that's way too much silver.
There's like a silver, there's the teal one who I'm pretty sure is one of the guys that Bumblebee blew up in the Shadow Striker episode.
He's fine, but he's dead.
They're fucking budding. That's what's going on here. Surely it can't be an animation error because they have too many goddamn guys with identical character models but slightly different colors.
They're famous. They're famous for getting the Transformers franchise as a whole. Famous for getting Seeker colors right.
We've never had any problems keeping those guys straight before. Not once. Please do not look at G1. Literally choose an episode of G1 with more than one Seeker in it. 3
Starscream Moon, baby. So Bumblebee's able to paralyze Shadow Striker, and then is able to help Windblade.
And gets on the Ark.
Yeah. While Windblade takes on Shockwave, which is a very funny matchup.
She just blows him on his ass, and then Shockwave goes, wait, I can just fucking blow this volcano. What am I doing down here?
Yeah, and then he
leaves.
scuttles away like a little freak. I hate him. It seems like, where are you going?
I love, so, you know, a lot of Shockwave, you know, G1 Shockwave turns into like a ray gun. A lot of Shockwaves turn into weird tanks. And this one does too, except he turns into a Metal Gear. He crawls along the walls like a weird little freak.
He turns into one of the Legend of Zelda Guardians.
He does. And just like those Legend of Zelda Guardians, he's going to shoot a big laser. He is going to use his half of the ship to rile up the volcano into erupting.
Now, all Windblade needs to do here is perfect parry.
That's hard, you know?
Yeah.
So while all this is going on, Teletran X is going to upload himself into the Ark, because tragically, the saddest thing to ever occur, Teletran 1 is gone.
It's legitimately extremely tragic. That was the funniest character in this show by a mile.
Literally the funniest guy, and he's gone before his time. Oh, something insane. You know, we talked about how you need like 8 Seekers to take on Grimlock. Shadow Striker wrestles him to the ground in dinosaur mode.
She's nuts.
She is fueled by rage and angst, and that will take you a long way.
Yeah, that'll get you some places, kid.
Also, she shoots Teletran X while he's uploading his consciousness.
God. This is so funny because, Teletran X is like, I'm going to die, basically, to revive this ship. And, like, Bumblebee's like, no, don't do it. And Teletran X is like, no, this is what I was meant to do. And then, like, gets shot by. And it's literally, all I could think about was that scene, Skull Island. You know the one.
So, but all is not lost. He did manage to upload himself before getting fucking ganked by Shadow Striker. And he is able to start the process of,
to be clear, Grimlock comes back and also Shadow Striker's still there and is dealt with by Grimlock coming back and being like, "Hey, fuck you," and slamming her against the wall.
There's another generic seeker in the background of this. There's a gold one. Who the fuck is that guy?
That's Sunstorm. Don't worry about it.
That's fucking sun puddle or something. I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Just wait until he starts bleeding radiation.
Piss boy over here. Also, that's also definitely not Thrust either. I don't know who these fuckers are.
I mean, one of them is Thrust. But yeah, there's a bunch of little generics here. Don't worry about it.
Guys just looks like a fucking Xbox.
I think they just slapped colors on them.
Yeah, there's like, fuck it. What Seeker models do we have?
They looked at some Neopet paintbrushes and then slapped a bunch on some Seeker frames.
Something. So yes, the Shadow Striker gets owned pretty hard by Grimlock and is dragged to safety by Novastorm.
Who calls for a retreat at that point. Yeah,
she's like, we should probably get out of here. This volcano is beginning to erupt, because at this point Shockwave has indeed set the whole damn thing to blow. But Teletran X figures out how to use the Ark's auto defenses, and then he tries to figure out how to turn on the lava shielding. And he has some trouble.
Oh, there's also like this short scene of Bumblebee being really upset about him being dead.
Yes, he's so sad.
And then Teletran X is like, rumors of my death have been grossly exaggerated. Anyway, cool shield time.
And they do. They manage. You know, there's the bit where you have like him opening and closing all the doors and playing weird music and, you know, all your classic gags of how do I work this thing? But he figures it out. He puts up the Halo bubble shield.
Yeah. He also figures out that he can take control of the Ark's weapon systems.
Blasts everybody.
He's like, tee-hee, lasers are fun.
Then he's like, oh, right, and I can wake all the boys up. So he does. Everyone's awake, and Bumblebee goes to hug his dad.
Yeah,
aka
this is
Optimus Prime.
This is the most unironic, unsexual sorry daddy moment I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's literally just, you're my dad, boogie, woogie, woogie.
Yeah, it's so cute. And everyone's awake and it's like, what's going on? And Teletronics is like, well, that Decepticon fleet is here, so we should probably handle that.
Big boat.
Yeah, they got a Nemesis class fucking Star Cruiser and like 87 scout ships.
And Starscream at the helm.
Yeah, Starscream's here, Shockwave's here. It's getting real bad over here on Earth. But luckily everyone's awake. Optimus has his mask on, and we're ready to fucking party. But of course, we can't. That's where the season ends.
Yeah.
You wanted to see the Autobot Decepticons fight in the present, like for real? No, you gotta wait.
Of course, it ends with that iconic line: "Autobots roll out."
Yep. Looking at this lineup here, we have Wheeljack, Chromia, Rack and Ruin, RC,
Prowl,
and Prowl are the new guys. I'm sure there will be more who show up. But these are the guys in the big, like...
I think we're going to see Blur again.
I think he's coming back.
I think Blur's coming back in a big way.
I think... Here's how Blur
can still live.
Look, guys, I think he's fine. He just needs some rest. He just needs some fucking R&R, he'll be fine. I got him in this dustpan. I vacuumed.
They have a cure for that on Caminus. He'll be fine.
Yeah, we got him in this fucking doggy bag. We just gotta bring him over to Caminus. Oh man! And once we get to animated season 3, we get to talking about another Blur with an unfortunate fate.
Yeah, I mean, his is more messed up.
But that is the end of Cyberverse Season 1. The boys are back in town.
Boys are back in town.
A lot, presumably a ship mostly full of Seekers. Let me check to see if we have any replies on Twitter. I refuse. I've heard some people call it X on podcasts I listen to. I was like, you can't be doing that.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about, what do you think the Spa world would be of all the colonies? Vigilum.
Maybe.
No, I mean, no, obviously I don't think it would be Vigilum.
I mean, let's say, but the problem is so many of the colonies are fucked up. Like, Velocitron is a death world in the comics. I mean, Jungle Planet, maybe? I forget what it's called.
Oh, where the Beast Wars guys are?
You got some fucking hot springs over there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, what are you gonna go to fucking Devison? No one knows what's over there.
Alita 1.
Alita
1 does.
Fucking... Oh, God. She knows a lot of things. Remember how her chair looked like a decapitated Optimus Prime head?
Uh-huh.
She's so normal.
God. IDW Alita 1 is the hottest woman I've ever seen. I love evil women.
She is wilding out that entire time.
She's not even technically evil. She's just bad.
She's just sort of a sicko. And you know what? We support that here.
Yeah. She knows what she wants.
What she wants is mayhem.
And power.
And she does want that power. How about you take us through the questions on Discord?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Are these the least effective from Haybine. Are these the least effective Seekers? If not, where do they rank? Pretty low. I do think they're more effective than G1.
Yeah, I'm really struggling because they at least captured Windblade at one point, and
they fixed the space bridge. Like, they've done things. A lot of it we don't see on screen, but they have done things.
I'm really struggling to remember a time where any of the Seekers in G1 did shit other than get owned.
The Seekers in G1 don't even remember that they have outlier abilities.
Yeah. They,
like...
Skywarp does sometimes, but Thundercracker definitely doesn't.
Thundercracker uses, I think, his Sonic Boom, like, twice in the entire series.
I think he's once. I think Skywarp teleports like 3 times.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And the Rainmakers are a disaster.
Hey, they at least did some work. They at
least did some work, but like the entire thing of them being fucking Starscream clones, not great.
No, yeah, these Seekers. I think they have the strength in numbers because there's like so many of them. So eventually, you're gonna win.
And I mean, some of them are competent, like Slipstream in particular. She does not, she does not do particularly well here, but that's because she's a Decepticon and she has to lose.
That's right.
But, like, there's nothing to suggest that Slipstream is anything but a perfectly competent lieutenant.
And we just don't see enough of the clones in animated to really get a good judge.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
And there's Thrust and Armada.
He did some work.
No, listen, I would put him probably towards the top. He was probably one of the more effective Seekers.
Yeah, I mean, most of it was spent being manipulated by the literal devil, but hey,
No, he's not owned. He's not owned.
So I'm not turning into a corn cob.
Kind of does look like a corn cob.
I'm not getting crushed between Unicron's shoulder joints.
Yeah.
I'm not being popped like a zit.
I insist as I slowly shrink and get crushed between Unicron's shoulder joints.
Oh, his death is so brutal.
Yeah, that's some saw trap type shit.
Yeah, Megatron just watches. Oh no, he doesn't. It's so cold. He just walks away, and we just see the explosion over his shoulder. That's so cold.
Yeah, these guys aren't great, but they are. You really can't do worse than G1.
Like
those guys suck so bad.
They are filling the fucking generic mook role better than some other guys, right? Like they are less disposable than the Viacons in Prime, because literally you can just kill as many of those guys as you fucking want.
Yeah, it actually is really funny how many they kill in Prime.
They mow those guys down. It's fine. They aren't people.
Right, yeah. Freedom to right is of all sentient beings. We were not going to define sentience here.
But they are still getting slapped around every week because they're the villain team. They got to take those L's.
Okay. From Cyber Aurora, where would you take a dinosaur to hang out? I think
depends on the kind of dinosaur.
I think regardless of the type of dinosaur, I personally would take them to Central Park.
That's the good one.
I just want them to have space. A
lot of room.
Yeah. Definitely need it to be something outdoors, limited activities in New York. Maybe I'd take them to the Bronx Zoo.
That seems like a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, I just think that's, big open park spaces. That's what I would do.
They're going to see a particularly delicious zebra and,
yeah.
Then you got to fill out a lot of paperwork.
Well, if not if I don't take carnivores.
That's true. If you're just hanging out chilling with like a hadrosaur.
Yeah, and Kilosaur.
Or like a pachycephalosaur. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like a big park is definitely the place to go. Maybe one like a big pond, lots of space to run and roll around and do other stuff. Definitely nowhere super crowded, and nowhere with like super with no escape routes. We're not taking them to the football game. It seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, and I think about how many seats you'd have to buy anyway.
You have to buy a lot. Even like a small dinosaur, they can be pretty big. They're like fucking 20 feet long or whatever. You're gonna get like a Microraptor. You can take that motherfucker anywhere. He's like the size of a bird.
Yeah. From Slipstream Sam Reel, with the classic trope of a dad being passed out in their armchair with the TV on until someone dares to change the channel in mind, what would OP and Megatron be watching?
I mean, I feel like Megatron would be watching infomercials for some reason.
I think Megatron watches the History Channel.
Yes, and it's late History Channel. Like this is like late at night when you stumble on this, so they were airing the really weird shit.
I mean, he watches it like all day, but
Yeah.
he doesn't stop when it gets to like the ancient aliens type shit.
He just leaves it on.
Yeah. Optimus, I think, watches like
C-SPAN.
No, I think he watches like How It's Made.
Yes. He wants to learn about Earth culture.
Yeah.
He's gonna watch How It's Made, and he's gonna watch all his crazy machines. Like, these humans have a machine for everything. Fascinating. It's soothing, Bumblebee. The narrator puts my circuits at ease. I feel as though he is a lover of mine.
Okay. From sorry, I just caught the last sentence you said there. Fascinating stuff. You paint a beautiful picture in a beautiful world, Nero.
I think that Optimus would find a deep personal connection with the narrator of How It's Made.
Yeah. Okay. From Me, Mr. Gay, Daphnis. If you could bring one creature back from extinction, what would it be? It doesn't have to be a traditional dinosaur. It could be an animal that went extinct in recent history. I think for me, it's a Tasmanian tiger.
Bring back the dodo. Them bitches are funny.
The dodo is fun. I mean, yeah, things like the Tasmanian tiger, like, just makes me really sad about it being extinct.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing, right? About dinosaurs. This is a different world. This ain't their world. That's what Jurassic Park is all about. We can't be bringing them back and pretending like, it'll be fine. But, the dodo went extinct very recently. So, like, just bring them back. Same thing with the Tasmanian tiger.
Yeah. I mean, oh man. Every time I see that, like, footage of the last Tasmanian tiger, I'm like, ugh.
Wait. Never mind. I have a new answer. Giant ground sloths.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I could also... In that... now we're going full Ice Age, but what about saber-tooth tigers?
Bring them all back. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, I just want some megafauna, honestly.
I think...
Elephants alone. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure megafauna happen as it gets colder.
Yeah.
I believe that is the like trend. Which is why there was so much megafauna back then.
Elephants alone aren't doing it for me enough anymore.
Give me some fucking mastodons. Give me some fucking woolly mammoths.
Okay. From Curly Straw Mystery. Quick, recast the lighthouse with Transformers. Which duo gets into the wildest shenanigans?
Okay.
Why?
So, Getaway is Robert Pattinson's character. I think Cup. Okay, obviously Willem Dafoe has to be Cup, right? There's no way. There's no one else.
Yeah.
Like, who could be crotchety enough?
Ironhide.
He's like pretty crotchety, but he's not Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse crotchety.
Yeah.
He's not farting everywhere. Cup is definitely farting everywhere. So maybe it's Cup and...
I say Springer.
Yeah, that would make sense.
If we're going Cup, I say Springer.
Yeah, I feel like that would happen. They're hallucinating shit. Springer did some things,
Again, like the trauma of Cup caught you masturbating, didn't I?
That's right.
Oh,
Kept
God.
telling Springer all about the green glow. I just want to see Cup deliver that insane fucking monologue Willem Dafoe's character has where he yells at Winslow about the sea or something.
You didn't eat my lobster. And also second, Senator McCarthy voice, Windblade, are you now or have you ever been a member of the Seeker faction?
I don't think she ever was, no.
No.
They made a bad first impression.
Yeah, I mean, I think we see that she very clearly rejects them. Nero from Disney Minus asks, this question would have been better for last episode, but what came first, the Autobot symbol or Optimus's shield? My guess is the Autobot symbol. I think, I don't know that this is in the case here, but in some continuities, I believe that it was like one of the original symbols of the primes, right?
Yeah, it varies.
Like 13
Sometimes
primes.
it's like the symbol of the last Autobot, or it's a symbol of the 13 primes. It like extends back in history, whereas the Decepticon symbol is usually something more recently created. I don't know if we ever get an origin here, but honestly, that kind of would be cool if like that was just a random symbol that Optimus uses the shield, and then like it became the emblem of the movement.
Yeah.
Because that shit do happen sometimes.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I do think it probably came first.
Yes, I think that he made the shield after the symbol they had already adopted for some reason that we never really get explained.
Also from Veer, do you think if all the Seekers had focused on taking out Windblade before going after Bumblebee and Grimlock, would they have won? Maybe.
I mean, it was only Slipstream going after the plane. Like, they were doing a pretty good job. It's just that, Windblade is good at transforming in midair with two guys hanging off of her wings. Which is very acrobatic. Yeah, maybe if all of them... Yeah, I mean, if you gang up on her all at once, yeah. But then, of course, you do that, then the plane gets away. So, like, you're kind of fucked either way. You gotta split your aggro, It's just tactics.
Might have been worth it for Slipstream.
Yeah, I think that she would be sorely tempted to do that.
Yeah. And then finally from this round from Veer, is Shadow Striker the only person with Shockwave because all the others died by Shockwave's experiment, which they may or may not have been the test subjects for? I think it's a combination of that and also the fact that Shockwave hates people and thinks they're all idiots.
Yeah, and Shadow Striker seems to have a similar misanthropic attitude for obvious reasons. So, they work well together. I assume that they never talk. Just fucking silence for those long voyages.
She does owe him her life.
That's true. He could have done better, but she is still kicking because of him. So like there might be some sort of loyalty there.
Yeah. Again from Aurora, what's Bumblebee's favorite Fortnite dance? Easy, classic, orange, justice.
Yeah, he appreciates the classics. He knows how to. That's the one he learned. He was throwing it back in this episode, by the way, when he was dancing to draw.
Yeah, he was like full on twerking. Like I said, he does a gay little dance that pisses you off.
Yeah, and she gets real mad.
Yeah. From Curly Straw Mystery again. If you had to choose 4 Transformers based on matching colors, yellow, red, blue, purple, to be a new version of the Wiggles, how successful would they be at waking up the purple one?
This is just the Seekers.
I mean, yeah.
This is just Sunstorm, Thrust, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. We could probably get a better... Let's say, okay, so let's say we...
Okay,
that's the easy route.
First 2. Yellow and red, Sunstreaker Sideswipe.
Okay. Blue and purple.
Blue, Chromia.
Purple Nautica.
Perfect. Easy, done. They get it done real quick.
Yeah, very effective at waking up the purple one. I like this. I like this second one.
Yeah,
read this one from Cass as well. What is the worst way to be a robot in disguise? Mars Glass's bad wig, President Mask. We saw it back in Armada. Do you remember the episode where they dressed up the fucking Space Minicon team in trench coats and hats?
I have to say, though, I do think it's the Mark's glasses for me. There's something so classic about that bad disguise.
Yeah, I want to see Bumblebee in some Mark's glasses. And like a big coat. And he's posing as a normal man.
And then our last questions here are from Veer again, Nero from Disney Minus. If you could have had any character, even if they haven't shown up in Cyberverse, die during the season finale, who would it be, and how did they come to meet a terrible fate?
I think they should have killed at least one of the Seekers.
This is... Well, this is...
Melt
you know what? You know what?
There's lava all over the damn place. Chuck Thrust into a fucking magma pit, you know?
I want to put Getaway in Cyberverse just to die.
Hey guys, I'm here. Yeah, then he gets like accidentally knocked into the lava pit and melts horribly, and we get
Yeah.
to see it.
I I was trying to explain to other people who aren't into Transformers fandom when the Getaway cosplayer won TF Nation cosplays contest. Excuse me. I was like, I can't express to you all how universally beloathed this character is. No one likes him.
James Roberts did his best to make the worst kind of guy, and he succeeded very well.
I was like, there are so many villains and absolutely horrendous people. The only other person I can think of that kind of comes close that I really don't think I know of anyone who actually likes him is Jaxus.
Right, like, you have on the one hand this fucking mad scientist who tortures people for fun.
With gender.
He invented gender to torture people, and then you have Getaway, who does the worst things imaginable.
And, like, not even in, like, a fun, sexy, gay way.
No, he's
just sucks.
Like, he has that Primus apotheosis, and, you know, so does our boy Rodimus, but Getaway's manifests in, more destructive tendencies, shall we say.
He just sucks so much. There's, like, nothing redeeming about him.
He makes a deal with a brain-eating serial killer. No,
and the worst part about him is, and I think the reason why the other, like, real villains, like, have more fans or whatever as well, is that Getaway's like, and I'm doing the good thing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the right one. I'm the cool guy.
I'm the guy, like, people will thank me for this. And it's like, go fuck yourself. Anyway, I want Getaway to die, so.
It's so funny that they took, like, once again, before IDW, Getaway had, like, no fucking fictional appearances. He was a nobody.
Did he even exist? I thought he was an original character.
No, he did. He was,
okay.
He's a Power Master from G1, which was very, very late in the toy line, so he never had any animation appearances.
I feel like
he might be in Headmasters, but I don't know.
Feel like if you've never shown up in an actual piece of media, if you're just a toy, then that doesn't count.
I think he was in something. Like, he was probably in the comics, but he was, like, in 2 issues to say, hey, you should buy my toy, and then, like, get killed by Unicron or something.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But anyway, yeah. Fuck Getaway forever and ever. Also, I guess Jaxus would be fun to kill.
Get Getaway in the fucking Diavolo death loop.
Yeah.
Do it.
I
want this man to experience Gold Experience Requiem.
Also from Beer, how would you feel if Bumblebee spoke with an impression of Rick from Rick and Morty as the workaround for his broken voice box instead of using his radio? Bad.
It would be only slightly worse than what we have now. It would be worse. It would be definitely more annoying, but you know,
oh god,
it would be something.
Did you hear that they replaced Justin Roiland's?
They did.
With Jinx Monsoon.
Hell yeah.
I love them so much. Oh my god. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Justin Roiland played Lemon Grab in the original Adventure Time, and they are not working with him anymore because he sucks.
Yeah. And they also recast Rick and Morty, I think, as Willem Dafoe and Michael Cera is what I heard.
That's really funny. But they've cast Jinx Monsoon, who is a season 4 RuPaul's Drag Race winner and also a narcoleptic drag queen as the voice of Lemon Grab, which is so good. Yeah. And then finally...
This is like a skit. What is this?
Yeah, so that both of us get to do the funny voice. Sibling, we stand here on top of the ark, but instead of fighting you with 100 fake deaths, I ask you this. Which Optimuses would marry each other and which would try to fight the others?
Going down the Rolodex.
I think they'd all date each other.
Yeah, I think Optimuses would cooperate and collaborate.
Except for Bayverse.
Yeah, no, he has to go. He can't come to the party. Like, Bumblebee verse Prime probably can. He's normal. But
yeah.
we can't bring Mr. Decapitation into the polycule.
I think Prime would see Bayverse decapitate one person and be like, absolutely not.
No, we got to get him out of here. He's a bad egg. This guy is guy's no good. Real bad someday. Like, yeah, the guy who says we will kill them all. I don't think he's welcome at the.
Yeah, this guy's no good.
No good at all.
Now answer the same. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh no! Here's the good. So yeah, this is the same question with Megatron and Starscream. So the answer is okay.
I think half of the Megatrons would date each other and half of them would kill each other, and all the Starscreams would kill each other.
See, so I think that the Starscreams would begin as some kind of the world's worst toxic polycule and then descend into like a Hamlet-esque string of assassinations.
We literally see this happen in Prime.
That's true. Like,
and
I'm not saying the peace would last long.
We see how Starscream in Prime would answer the question, would you fuck your own clone?
That's true. Megatron, yeah, I think, alright, so obviously Unicron Trilogy Megatron and Beast Wars Megatron definitely hooking up, right?
And then killing each other.
Yes. Prime Megatron definitely comes out swinging. He is not here to share. He's here to win.
I think IDW and animated could IDW. IDW and animated would fuck nasty, and I think they'd be okay.
Oh yeah,
they're both smart enough to
they're the cerebral ones.
Yeah, they're both smart enough to like not cut off their noses to spite their faces.
Meanwhile, Prime Megatron's main pastime is shoving devil juice into his body and grafting dead guys' arms onto himself so he can hold a sword.
I think he does get his ass beat by G1 Megs, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's literally just like IDW Megatron and animated Megatron having like a fucking measured ideological discussion at a table in the back while all the others just fucking beat the shit out of each other. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, no. I think animated and IDW have a fine relationship. I think there's a little swinging going on with IDW. I think animated probably sees Boy Toy Rodimus and is like, what's going on with that? Is that like...
Are you going to introduce me to your little friend?
Is that there? Like that a thing that we can do? And like, I think,
Meanwhile, G1 and Prime are like trying to fucking tear each other's eyes out with their teeth.
They're literally bark snarling at each other.
Yeah. See, I'd pay to see that shit. That sounds fun. Show me the fucking multiversal Megatron meeting.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like animated being like, damn, you have a lot of boyfriends. So like, it's like, tell me about this Minimus guy. Shit, he cute.
What perfectly groomed facial hair.
He's the only one who's ever pulled it off.
I think Scourge looks good sometimes.
Do you?
In G1. No.
I guess Wreck-Gar does. I mean, Wreck-Gar pulls it off by being a literal garbage man.
That's right.
So that just fits his aesthetic. He pulls it off by just sucking so immensely all around, aesthetically. Okay, and finally our last question, also from Veer. Also, what do you want from the ice cream shop, and what do you dislike so that I definitely won't get it if they're out of what you want?
My top three, like, obviously, safest go-to, right? Not my top favorite, but, like, very beloved. Cookies and cream, right?
Okay.
Powerful ice cream flavor. High-tier ice cream flavor. I think, actually, my favorite is probably coffee ice cream, I would have to say. And then maybe... So it's like coffee, cookies and cream, and then like a rainbow sherbet type situation. Those are the three, I think. But yeah, sometimes I try something different. You try like a sugar cookie ice cream or like a oh shit. It's fall. That means pumpkin pie ice cream is coming.
So true.
It's powerful. But that you can't always rely on that. That's only a limited time thing. What about you?
Okay, so first of all, I'm the kind of person who like will order anything if I've never seen it before. So if there's like a really weird flavor, then like that's what I'm going for. My local ice cream shop happens to be Ample Hills Creamery, so I'm gonna name my favorite flavors from them. Number 1, 100%, Nectar of the Queens, honey cinnamon ice cream featuring baklava and galacto bureko. It's so fucking good.
Baklava ice cream sounds delectable.
Yeah, so it's honey ice cream with chunks of baklava mixed into it. And the baklava is from a bakery that's also in the same neighborhood, which was the bakery that made the cake for my big fat Greek wedding.
Perfectly decadent.
Yeah, it's so, like, homie, it's so good. I'm actually a huge fan of their strawberries and cream ice cream. It's, like, very simple and straightforward, but it's really, really good. Also, I just really like strawberries. Strawberry is another great ice cream flavor. Jot that down. And
I think it's because a lot of the strawberry stuff that I have is like, it's in the tub. The strawberries have a weird texture, but like, I can see fresh strawberry ice cream being very good.
Oh yeah, no, this one bangs. And then the last one that I really like from them is butter pecan pie crumble. Ooh. Which is a brown sugar and brown butter infused ice cream with brown pecan pie crumble. They literally just like chop up a pecan pie and put it in this.
I want some fucking ice cream now. Shit.
Yeah, I think they're still open. No, they're just closing now. God damn it.
It's tragic.
So those are mine. But if we're talking about like generic flavors, my top are definitely cookie dough, number 1. If there is like a form of like peanut butter ice cream, I'm a big fan of peanut butter ice cream. And then I guess in third place would probably be like a rum raisin. I think rum raisin is actually really easy to do well.
Yeah, I like chocolate and peanut butter ice cream a lot.
Yeah,
that's another one I quite like. It's the classic combination.
I don't like chocolate ice cream. Because in the US, at least, in like most places, they actually don't use chocolate to flavor it. They use cinnamon instead.
Huh.
Which is why it kind of tastes a little bit chalky. So unless you get something that like actually says like made with chocolate or like made with cocoa or whatever, it's made with like a combination, mostly cinnamon, some other spices as well to try to simulate that flavor. But that's why it doesn't taste quite right. Yeah. Well, that's it. Oh, and I don't like chocolate ice cream. There you go. That's what you asked.
Yeah, I guess for me,
and no bubble gum.
I didn't like.
Bubblegum's disgusting.
Oh yeah, that would be my answer. I don't like anything that's super sweet like that, like bubblegum or anything of that nature. Yeah, I've never liked that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That ends our ice cream corner here on Prime Cuts, as well as Prime Cuts itself. Of course, you can find us on Twitter, Prime Cuts Pod. We should probably get a co-host or a Blue Sky up at some point. I guess you can do the Blue Sky.
I do.
You are soaring free while I am still stuck in the fucking tar pits.
Do you want a fucking invite code?
Do you have one?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I like being I like suffering. I like being on the cross.
All right.
Actually, you should actually send one to me. I'll probably hardly ever use it though.
Yeah,
I don't think any of my friends are on Blue Sky.
Okay, I see how it is.
Welcome to I am doing the Andre the Giant gif right now. But no, I mean Prime Cuts Pod, join the Discord soon. We're gonna be watching Last Night, the movie I haven't seen yet.
Guess you won't be there for that one.
Looked fucking bad. And from everything I hear, it is.
Guess you won't be there for that one.
You're lucky. And That's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks here. I'm near. You can find me on Twitter at Dragon Smoocher, on Tumblr, or not Tumblr, on co-host at Dragon Smuggler, on Tumblr at Cyclonus with a 5 at the end. And you can find my various other projects in various other places, such as Radio Free Heidelin, the Final Fantasy XIV podcast with my friend Jane, that is at Radio Free Heidelin on Tumblr. We don't really use the Twitter anymore, but we're going to start using that Tumblr a lot more. And Talk Cycles, talkcycles.tumblr.com. Teen Titans coming up. I watched a few episodes last night. The show's pretty good, as it turns out. It's still quite good. It is outrageously anime, though. It is peak American anime.
I actually I went to karaoke a couple weeks ago, and the theme song was there.
Oh, hell yeah.
We didn't sing it, but we did sing Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi, which is also, of course, by Ami Yumi.
That fucking theme song and that opening are just truly iconic.
The Teen Titan ones or the Puffy Ami Yumi one?
The Teen Titan one.
Yeah.
I mean, the Puffy Ami one is also good, but this show's good. Anyway, yeah, that's me.
I'm Audrey. You can find me on Tumblr, Twitter, co-host Blue Sky at Optimum Prime. That's my funny robot internet joke. You can listen to the other podcast I do. It's called Pod of Greed. I have not been on in a couple of weeks because I'm so busy, so fucking busy right now. But it's about Yu-Gi-Oh! And hopefully I'll be able to find a time to record soon before I go out of the country for 2 weeks. I've also been cast in a radio drama that should have more news coming out very soon. I know it's being actively edited on at this point. I'm also starting a New York foodie podcast on Moonshot Network called I Am Talkin' Here. I was on a stream last week for that as well, of a tabletop RPG inspired by Good Society, which is a Pride and Prejudice thing called MILF Manor. It was a MILF Manor tabletop game. I played Mallory Archer. It was fun and good, and you will be getting the link. The link will be available for that soon. And that is it from us. Until next time, I'm going to give my dad a big hug. Transform and roll out.
I am going to write the writers of Cyberverse a strongly worded letter correcting all of their dinosaur facts. Transform and roll out.
Peach.
Peach.